Alrighty, this is stalking. First of all, literally, the vehicle driving this direction and the third party walking in this direction. This is an iteration of pacing. Okay, they're doing it simultaneously. They're doing it in engineered light. It's creating light activity. They're doing it under the fake sun. They're also doing it in Ontario, California. They're also doing it in Ontario, California at the infamous OVITT Family Community Library. Do you understand what this means? All right, this is again the body of evidence which is core to prosecuting a people. They are legally referred to as the people of the state that are engaging in a pattern of conduct which is unmistakable. Not only is the body of evidence showing that this fake sun is still here, for example, on March 3rd, 2026, before daylight savings time, where the entity has the fake sun and C. Gerber is here anticipating my arrival, and specifically approaches me without incident, ejecting me from and threatening to commit kidnapping upon my right to enter into this City of Ontario venue, where the entity is engaging in what is criminal surveillance, which is directly rebutting everything that's in that written document regarding an admission to discrimination on the surface by the City of Ontario, and that discrimination is based on criminal surveillance, federal group stalking and monitoring, which is in furtherance of murder. This is an entity that is gang stalking under that fake sun, okay? The entity is engaging in this. This is daylight savings time, so this would be 7:35, where on March 3rd, C. Gerber is here 3 hours later under the fake sun at 10 a.m. where Southwest Airlines is gang stalking on that video, where the entity has the fake sun here at 10:17 a.m. by the senior center, same location, and C. Gerber's on video, and this is where the fake sun remained while the demons of the City of Ontario are pacing just like they are now, the people of the state, and the fake sun remains here as I've documented until sunset, where people like Amazon Prime are gang stalking by delivering a package. That's a stalker with merely an object in their hands, okay, representing a company engaging in surveillance, and this fake sun is reflecting off of a window, which by the way means the fake sun is in the same exact location. The entity is engaging in this while the fake sun is present over the downtown Ontario luxury apartments, over the Wells Fargo, while I'm shining on my face inside of this venue 8-9 hours from now. What I'm capturing is showing you the pattern of conduct among cities. The City of Fontana at Spring Street and Sierra at 8:35 a.m. This is the location of a fake sun that's remaining over me while I'm at the OVITT Family Community Library. And they are going to federal prison based on obstruction of justice. And that's what's happening on March 3rd, 2026, while a population is stalking, which is clearly underway. And that is the hardcore evidence regarding license 8BMH415, who is engaging in what is public corruption, conspicuous surveillance, acting in furtherance of a criminal conspiracy to commit murder, with the demons that you just saw on video stalking me by helicopter, while this fake sun remains over me at the same time in a whole other city, which is a supernatural impossibility, which I have captured in evidence to prosecute the demon possessed, exposing the beast system and prosecuting the public entity that is acting with the people of the state who have sought to commit murder and defame my character, to engage in what is repeatedly kidnapping me, to ultimately steal my money, my wealth, my property, my identity. And it is relevant to venues such as the City of Ontario Library engaging in what is making a pattern of documented malicious assertions while they're stalking in plain view. This is how the fake sun is here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're doing the exact same thing, which is criminal monitoring under a fake sun in the engineer light while they are maintaining presence. That is stalking. Stalking conducive to what is surveillance, and the entity is maintaining this specific environment. The specific environment is distinct from the natural environment. It is what I have termed with regard to identifying the pattern of conduct, and upon the existence proving the pattern of conduct, it is creating under law where you're going to prosecute that public entity the irrebuttable presumption of public corruption. And that is where you are not a police officer, you are a terrorist. And you will be prosecuted under federal law accordingly. You will not be getting a final paycheck. Your family will not be receiving any benefits. You're going to be prosecuted like Osama bin Laden and every other enemy. This is what an entity is doing in Fontana, California under a fake sun. This is the federal prosecution. P.O.C. acting in furtherance of murder. They like to sling with light activity as well, 9VOY173, and that's exactly what they're doing while they're engaging. That's the pacing you just saw at the beginning of the video. The demon getting out of the van, walking in this direction, the van driving in this, they just did the exact same thing. These are demons under a fake sun, and the City of Fontana and the City of Ontario are sharing in that criminal conspiracy. All right, this is the pattern of conduct. This is the existence of the beast system. They're not getting up in the morning and having a meeting. This is demonic activity. These are monitoring spirits. These are monitoring spirits that congregate with regard to the state's religion, which is Catholicism. That's the state's church. That's why they're monitoring spirits inside of that venue. That's why they're outside engaging in the work of the devil. They serve Satan and they call themselves Catholics, okay? This is the entity that's engaging in what is wicked, and it's also illegal. That's the identification of the state's church. The entities engaged in this pattern of conduct under what is a clear identification of that. C. Gerber's going to federal prison. Jay Montez, gang stalking on B Street, he's going to federal prison. Hernandez, gang stalking at the Superior Grocer, he's going to federal prison. The entity that's engaging in kidnapping, such as Hazelwood and Owens. Owens gang stalking me in the middle of the night while the Ontario police are stalking by helicopter, and he's stalking on this street on the opposite side of downtown Ontario luxury apartments at night while the people of the state are molesting, which is what this is. It's not the sun, it's not sunlight. You are engaged in unlawful touching while surveillance is underway. Owens is going to prison. This agency that's stalking in helicopter, as you see them doing that from city to city, they're engaging in surveillance and furtherance of murder, and it is the unabated program of psychological torture that they share with the people of the state who are also going to prison. DN17T12, a paper plate. This is the entity that's engaging in what is lawlessness. These are criminals, and their desperation serves no purpose because they're not getting my money. The entity is subject to what is establishing the bases of martial law. They're not successful in defaming the character of me nor any other American citizen ever again. These are the actual mentally ill population that engage in this criminal system while they are engaging in what is taking the life of, taking the reputation so that they can take the life of any American citizen that they are targeting. All right, this is P.O.C. in Ontario, California, and this is spelling out federal prison. You have Alexander, you have Alex, you have Mickey, Myra, you have the entity that's gang stalking. As I'm going through the names of the employees, they're sitting on the record. The entity's keeping the fakes from Sunrise and Sunset, and then they're keeping it over the Fontana Lewis Library, where the Fontana Police Department are flying in circles over me at that venue, where the entity is then stalking me through the city and following me down Sierra Avenue at the Fontana Metrolink train station. They're going to federal prison. Okay? They're going to federal prison, and they will not be getting out. And they will be prosecuted and identified as a matter of public record as domestic terrorists. Terrorists that are enemies of this country, not different and no less threatening to American citizens as are any foreign terrorists. Enemies of the United States. This is exposing what are homegrown enemies that are here amongst us, stalking you and sexually violating you, preying upon you in your face. And they're doing it while they're being documented. This is the work of Satan, and it's also criminal conduct. This is P.O.C. This is the ongoing psychopathic pacing behavior under the fake sun. This is the same demon, 9VOY173. That's the psychopath, by the way, and it's a violent sex offender. They're vagina monitors, as is this one. Okay, this is the demons. These are demons that are engaged in that, and it's not personal. The entity is doing this as a population. They come out with their strollers, they come out with their dogs, they're engaging. The OVITT Family Community Library just holds books in their hands. Amazon Prime, USPS, they just hold packages. They're all stalking. It's all surveillance. And these are the mentally ill, in fact, and they're going to be committed. They're going to be deported. They're going to be federally prosecuted and appropriately labeled as terrorists. This is P.O.C. There's no sun in Fontana outside of the Lewis Library and also over the OVITT Family Community Library in two cities over the same person at the same time for the duration of the day. P.O.C. It's currently 8:43 a.m.